a website called The Windy Citizen, and I got him in here because if you're going to talk about a disease, you need someone who doesn't have the disease to give some observations on what's causing the disease.
My dad will be so proud you compare me to a doctor.
My pleasure. And I think, there's a lot of talk about the business model innovation. The business model innovation happened, and we lost. It was Google. It was their advertising setup. I have friends come to me all the time who they sell, handmade soaps and things like that. How can they put their product in front of people? It's dirt cheap to go on Google, to go on Facebook and advertise your stuff there, and you will get results. So the business model stuff, yes, there's discussion that should happen. There's progress that can be made, but we lost. Okay, I'm a journalist by background. I decided to launch a startup. Basically, what we are is Dig for Chicago. So anyone can come to the Windy Citizen. You can post a link to a news story you saw somewhere else. If people think it's interesting, they'll vote it up. The cop on the bus video from last week, we broke that story. Some random dude saw it on YouTube, posted it to the Windy Citizen. It got voted up. All the blogs picked it up, and then it was on the front page of the Tribune. And a word about theft. There's all this talk about theft, and I'm very sensitive to that as someone who is a writer, first and foremost. It goes both ways, okay? I didn't get any credit for breaking that cop on the bus story. The Tribune couldn't be bothered to link to all the sites that it's taking information from. Screw them. Seriously. I have no sympathy for journalists at this point, and many of my friends are journalists. If you love journalism, tough. Unless people love what you do, it doesn't matter. You have to have an audience. You have to have people who really care about what you're doing. And people who don't get page views, people that don't have people that are willing to lay down in front of a bus to read what they have to say, they need to go find something else to do. We can't worry about them. What's happened is with all the democratization of the media, people have to compete now. That's why we need entrepreneurs and we need startups who, yeah, they're small. Yeah, they may not have the kind of pull that they have, but eventually I'm hoping to kill some of you guys because you don't link back to my stuff when you steal it. And it frustrates me. So it goes both ways. You should all drop by the Windy Citizen. We suck at a lot of things. We're great at a lot of things, but there's nothing else like it in any city in the United States of America right now. And, this conversation's great. I hope it continues. But where are the CEOs? Where are the advertisers who built the house that we're all living in wondering why the roof is leaking? The guy that owns the house isn't the guy that knows why the roof is leaking. It's the architect. It's the builder. It's the guy that actually created it. And unfortunately, as much as we like to think so, that's not the writers. It's not the journalists. It's the guys with the money. It's the guys that put up the funding to assemble everyone together in one place. So anyway, I just want to say that, and thank you very much for organizing this. This has been really enlightening.